straight dubs for the boys in blue and white as they hang on to beat the Nashville Predators 3-2 at Scotiabank Arena tonight, and the Leafs record now jumps to 16-7-2 on the year, and with one game in hand, they are now 2 points up on the Florida Panthers for the Atlantic Division lead. Now, let's be honest here. First 40 minutes, absolute snooze fest. Nothing going on. Right? But in the first period, 5 minutes in, Jonathan Marchessault fires one, was it just outside the blue line or just inside the blue line off the end boards behind Joe Woll. But it must have hit something and kicked straight up in the air. Joe Woll's like, where's the puck? I'm looking at the boards. And he gets back into his net and he kind of like hugs the post. Puck drops literally right beside him in the blue paint. Marchessault finds the puck, buries it, 1-0. What the hell just happened? You're down 1-0, 5:26 in. And as the first period went along and the second period started to get into action, I'm like, oh boy, Leafs can't get anything going. Is that a credit to the Nashville Predators being good defensively? Yeah, I would say they played a really good game defensively in the first two periods. But holy crap, shots were 7-3 in the second, by the way, 11-9 in the first in favor of the Leafs, 7-3 Leafs in the second period. But that period, I gotta be honest, was probably one of the most boring periods I have seen in a very long time. I almost fell asleep, actually. And after 40 minutes, you're down 1-0, and that was the goal. And you're out shooting them, what is it at that point? 18-12. It's just a boring first 40 minutes. Then Craig Berube is like, all right, Matthews, Nylander, and Nyes, you haven't looked great tonight. We'll go to old reliable. Matthews and Marner get back together. And it takes a mere 30 seconds, and in fact 31 seconds, for Morgan Rielly to fire the puck around the boards from the left point. And Marner, God, he has been some sort of good, hasn't he? It's remarkable watching this guy play recently. He doesn't have the puck on his stick for even half a second, and he fires it in front. Matthews coming across the net. Fires it home, beats UC Saros. He beat him earlier in the game on a similar play, but hit the post. But this one's in the back of the net. Austin Matthews with the 7th goal of the season. Marner and Rielly with assists in the goal. 31 seconds into the third period. And they're on the board. Now, it takes less than 2 minutes after that for Mitch Marner to just cause havoc, create the turnover in the Leafs' end. He gets the puck, goes up he's got two guys kind of glued to him as he's coming through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. And he drops it off for Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews with a toe drag through the defender's legs. And he looks like he pushed it a little too far. But he kind of just pokes at it. And it redirects enough to screw with UC Saros, and it just slides 5-hole. A nasty, nasty goal. Just gross. And these guys have been put together for 2.5 minutes, and they scored 2 goals, and the Leafs are now winning 2-1. But you know what else is funny? You know, I'm watching the game, right? And first 2 periods, watching the game, almost falling asleep at the end of the second. I'm like, all right, let me get a few things ready for my work day and whatnot. And I go upstairs right as the third period starts, and I stand up for a minute. And I'm like, okay, well, let's watch this. 30 seconds, goal. I'm not going to sit down. 2 minutes later, they score again. Marner with the lone assist at 2:29. I ain't sitting down. 3 minutes after that, and look, it's not going to be talked about, but Mitchell Marner, because at least had a 5-on-3 for about 30 seconds. Mitch Marner just caused havoc and created both penalties. A trip on Steven Stamkos, and I can't remember what the other one was. Hold on, Stamkos tripping. Oh, no, that was in the first period. Right, Stamkos for tripping and Jonathan Marchessault for tripping. It was all on Mitch Marner. And then he dances at the point, because, oh my God, he's beautiful at it. And fires the puck down low to Matthew Nyes. The between-the-legs pass on the 5-on-3 to Willie Nylander, who's got a 4x6 to fire this thing into, and he does so for his 16th of the year on the power play on the 5-on-3. Nylander from Marner and Nyes at 5:06 of the third period. You are 5:06 into the third. Meanwhile, I'm still standing up. And the Leafs have scored 3 goals and turned this game on its head after having nothing going through the first 40 minutes. Outstanding stuff. Now, Mark Jankowski makes it a little interesting. Point shot from, was it Carrier? Or maybe it was Smith. I don't know. One of the two. It was probably Carrier, the defenseman. Blocked in front. It might have actually hit Craig Smith. It's still Craig Smith. Cole Smith, I think it is. And it just finds the tape on the backhand, Jankowski. Wool's trying to find it. It goes off the post, off Wool's skate, and in, unfortunately. To make it a 3-2 game with about 3.5 to play, and you're thinking, okay, it's a little interesting. But the Leafs do a great job defensively, not really allowing a damn thing to happen. And they cruise to the victory. Get outshot 12-10 in the third period, but who cares? 3-1 in goals. You outshoot them 28-24 for the game. Special teams-wise, 1 for 3 in the power play for the Leafs. They had 2 power plays. The Leafs killed both off. Jason, you know what? It wasn't a perfect game by any means. But you went out there. You were patient with it. And this is something important that I like to see from the Craig Berube-led Toronto Maple Leafs. Is that after 40 minutes, you didn't have anything going. I don't know what was said other than Marner and Matthews getting flipped, and obviously Fraser Minton, who got raised on the wing with Tavares and Nylander to start the third period. Very interesting development there. We've all heard the clips about, how Craig Berube is just loving what Fraser Minton is doing at 20 years old. He's just loving every bit of it. And clearly, he liked him again tonight. I think he had 5 shots on net. Did Fraser Minton? Hold on, let me find him here. Fraser Minton. 5 shots on goal and 7 hits. I mean, he was a dog tonight again. Didn't have any points or anything. Was a +1. But looked great. Gets elevated. And the Leafs scored 3 goals in the third period to just pounce on these guys. And the Predators, man, offensively, they're really bad. Oh, Stamkos? Couldn't tell you. Didn't even notice him at all other than taking 2 penalties. That's about all I got on Steven Stamkos today. Key players? Well, obviously Joe Wall in the cage. Look, he was great yet again. 2 on 24 shots, a .917 save. Obviously, one of the goals you really can't blame him for. The other one, sure, I guess. And I'm not going to blame him for that goal. It was a block shot. Went on the backhand. He almost got to it. Went off his skating in. Yeah, it is what it is. But another good night for your goaltenders. And it's great to see. Austin Matthews, probably with his first double dip of the season. He has 2 goals and had 7 shots on net. Austin Matthews was feeling it today. And it's good to see. Right? You can clearly see through the first 3 games of him coming back. The first game looked a little tentative. The next game against Chicago, he looked better, but still not there. And man, getting reunited with Marner in that third period just revitalized everything. And both of them looked outstanding in that third period. Willie Nylander with a goal and was a -1 in the game. But more, where are we? Mitch Marner, 3 assists and a +1 after being named to the Four Nations face-off on Team Canada. Matthews' team on America, on Team USA. And Willie Nylander going to Team Sweden. And for the love of God, just stay healthy. I want to enjoy the tournament. I want to watch them Canada win. And just stay healthy, for God's sakes. That's all I care about. Riley, Matthew, Nyes, both grab assists on the goals today. And the Leafs win it, like I said, 3-1. They've won 3 in a row. Or 3-2, excuse me. They won 3-2 today. They've won 3 in a row. They've beaten teams they're supposed to beat. Good stuff. And obviously no Jake McCabe tonight as well. So you did a job. Now, next game is another game that you're supposed to... Actually, no. That's the Saturday game. Friday, at home, where the Leafs are I think they said 12-3 at home. They welcome in the very good Washington Capitals, who are first in the Metropolitan Division. Regardless of having Alex Ovechkin or not, they've been outstanding. I think they've just scored a lot of goals. Let me check that out right quick. Yeah, they're first in the league in goals for per game. And goals against, I think they're actually not great. They're 8th. They've just been very good this season. For the Leafs, we know where they are in goals against. Goals for, it's not as great. But I think the last time we saw them, the Leafs came back in the third period and won in overtime in Washington. That was when John Tavares scored against Logan Thompson. That's that game there. And then the second night of a back-to-back, you welcome in Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So you go to Pittsburgh. You go to Pittsburgh to take on Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins on the second night of a back-to-back. So we'll see who starts the front game. I don't know if that'll tell you who your actual starter is or if they're just going to go with, back and forth. Kind of Solars gets the first game, Woll gets the second game, and kind of just play it the way they've done this week. right? I think Stolar's got Monday, Wool gets Wednesday, Stolar's Friday, Wool Saturday. It just kind of makes sense, all right? So you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the game today, hit that like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition tomorrow night as they welcome in Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Scotiabank Arena. Looking to make it 3 in a row, yeah, it's going to be tough. 7:30 tip-off there. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're back in action Friday as they host the Washington Capitals at Scotiabank Arena. 7 o'clock puck drop there on Friday night. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and the dub tonight. Talk to you guys then.